I think today the music, of course, has changed. And I don't think that we have the kind of recognition and acknowledgement of the pioneer who created the foundation. And that's one of my
Let me ask you this, James. How do you want your father's legacy to be preserved, celebrated, remembered, all that? How do you want it to be?
I would like my father's memory and legacy for people to know that he was a man who really, really loved Jamaica, because he lived all his life there. And secondly, he loved music. He's been playing it all of his life. As a matter of fact, people ask me all the time, they said, you know, there are 7 children. My father, there were 7 of us, and people said, why none of you actually pursue a career in music? And I tell them, is that when I was growing up, my father was never home, because my father comes from the studio, then he takes a little sleep, then he's at the Bournemouth Club at night. I mean, you know, because he has 7 children, he has to support the family. So I want people to remember my father as a man who really loved music, loved people, and he was a very humble and caring man. And he always said to us, if we cannot make a difference in people's life, what is living about? And that was it. My brother said something to us the other day, and he said, you know, I never see Papa with money, and which is true. I never see my father with money, because my father would come home with the money and put it on the table, and my mother would take the money up and dibble it up. I mean, he wasn't about material things. He was about really wanted people to really to be the best they can be, and also he wanted people to have opportunity and enjoy themselves. That's what he was about.
Let me ask this. So you're telling me that you never sneak out one night and go to the Bournemouth Club and watch him?
My aunt, I went to the State Theater. I went to the State Theater. And anybody ever seen the Scatterlight perform live? No, and Bunny Goodness to make that comment the other day. He said my father is always in the back. He shunned the spotlight. He doesn't like the spotlight. I was almost floored when I read an interview that he did in '84 when they did Reggae Sunsplash in England, the Scatterlight in 1984 at Crystal Palace, and they interviewed him. And they asked him what was his favorite song. My father never talked about what his favorite song in all the years that I've known. And he was pressed. He was pressed, and he had to say which song was his favorite. And I was very, very surprised.
What was it?
Lee Harvey Oswald. And it's a wicked song, too.
But I'll go back. You never sneak out one night and go to Bournemouth Club?
No, I never sneak out. No, my aunt will go. I think I've gone to Bournemouth Club twice, and it's always with my Aunt Tupi, who still live in Jamaica.
And she controls the reins.
Yes, the most I ever gone was to the State Theater. The Scatterlight was performing. At that time, Rita Marley had a group called the Solette.
Okay.
Yes, and I saw them perform. I saw the Wailers at that time. In the Wailers, you had a guy named Junior Brotway, and you had a lady, Beverly Kelso.
Yes, very nice lady.
Yeah, wonderful lady.
I had her here in Caribbean Lifestyle TV, thanks to Tony Ryan, yes.
And so that's to the extent. Sneaking out, that was a no-no. It was strict rule in my house. Strict, very strict rule.
Let me ask you this. We here in the diaspora, and I asked you about his legacy and what, you know, we were talking about the
coming to myself to a couple of others, so to be having to pass through this one.
So this is Judge Jerry. My mom and a representative from the Prime Minister's office, Ms. Sherlock, over there is the Minister of Culture, Youth and Information, Ms. Barbara Crane. She's also having a good time.
Because he has been a wonderful contributor to our music. And the music of today is not as great as the music of yesterday. And I know that the family feels honored that we have honored him today. And when I see the family, I see Jerry, although he's not with us at this celebration. I must say to his son, who maintained contact with us, that the spirit that you convey to us in responding to the honor that we have bestowed on him is something that speaks volume of the love that the family has for Jamaica.
Yes.
And the love that the family has for the culture of Jamaica.
Yes.
And although some of you are overseas, I think that love and that bond across the ocean is still there. And Jamaica will continue to benefit from you as Jamaicans, Ayab and abroad.
Yes, yes, yes.